One of the biggest lies I've been told is that aim training needs to be in a specific way. This became very evident to me as I was searching aim tutorials on YouTube, where the information was flooded by rambling, score cheesing, or the generic crosshair placement info. What I did not expect was how widely received such generic information was being accepted. Thousands and thousands of likes to be told how to achieve a rank rather than how to actually improve your aim. But it gave me an idea. Initially, I wanted to do it in a very scientific way that focused on analysis, results, and testing. But I soon realized how flawed such information is. It felt wrong to sell you on information that hasn't been thoroughly tested, but my method has. Now, I want to do something different and ask you, the viewer, a question. What does a gunfight really look like? This is something I've asked myself multiple times during my aim training journey. And maybe you keep asking yourself, why am I playing aim trainers without my aim getting better? Today, we're solving that issue. I want to ask you another question that hopefully will redefine how you approach your training session. What is the one thing that is common in every single game? And then I want to ask you, does it look like this or like this? See, the way our brain attacks an objective is highly based on the information it's provided. Yeah, needless to say, information is a massive influence to our in-game performance. Why? Because this pop of information is exactly how a real gunfight is. This is what I call the surprise factor. This is the one thing I want you to practice in aim trainers because it essentially helps you to work your visual reaction time. That is both your eyes and hands' ability to react to new information appearing on screen. See, in-game there aren't 6 targets. There's often only one we need to reach as quickly as possible. Now, this is something I've talked about before, but I'll explain to you exactly why. When we load up a scenario with multiple targets, our brain can subconsciously process that information. It starts creating possible pathways and uses peripheral vision to split up your focus to the varying targets. What we want to do is to isolate that focus to a singular point. The truth is, by having all the information on your screen, it is not accurate to how games work. And that's why we might be struggling when it comes to in-game performance. You can aim only when the information is being provided to you and your visual reaction time isn't being challenged. Since gunfights only include a singular targets appearing on screen, regardless if you play something like Apex or Valorant. I've already tried this on multiple students, and as well as you can see by these pictures, the results are clearly there. Not only for scores, which I tend to focus less on, but more so the in-game performance is night and day. Take a look at this example here, where there literally is a 1-day difference in his aim. It took one run of my personal playlist by me to make him better. And he is not a rare exception when being coached by me. I know what I teach work, with or without this technique. That is why I'm able to consistently upload progression pictures to my Discord and why I'm not afraid to have you talking to any of my students that are available. If you're serious and you want to invest in your aim, contact me on your Discord and we'll see if you're a good fit. Back to the technique. With this technique, you'll start noticing how much worse you are when there's only one screen on target. It's like I was focusing on the next spot before even completing the first kill. And by forcing that focus solely on one target, it allows complete focus on a single task. Kill the bot. We can't switch away, mess up, or move on because there's only one chance. Having 2 targets on screen also does this decently well since there's minimal pathing. After killing a target, you only have one way to go, essentially replicating the surprise factor. 360 silo scenarios also somewhat achieve this, but at a lesser form. Also, what I felt is worth mentioning is that when I went back to normal static, I noticed my accuracy was a lot higher. I was able to hyper-focus on a singular target a lot more effectively. So if you struggle with focusing, maybe you're having some accuracy issues, or you can't get your micros on point, this is a perfect technique. But you might ask yourself, what if I play COD and Apex and I actually want to switch between targets or track? Yeah, the rule still applies since it directly works your overall mouse control. Stuff like first shot accuracy, target reading, and overall better VRT leads to improved mouse control because you're essentially forced to have hyper focus on a singular target just like you are in game. For the tracking part, I highly encourage you playing scenarios that are not invincible, meaning that they die after a set amount of damage you do to them. Now to the good stuff. There are 3 playlists and 1 spicy one, but how do I actually play them? Well, the rules are pretty simple. Some are more clicking oriented and others focus somewhat more on tracking. I strongly recommend that you play through each one as they're 20 minutes, making up an hour playtime. You can also play one playlist 3 times or mix and match as you see fit. And lastly, but very importantly, my playlists take a very aggressive approach. While you'll see some scenarios that are more than 1 to 2 targets, you can take a more lenient approach by only including one of these scenarios per your field. So if your playlist is split into target switching, dynamic, and static, you can add 1 scenario per category that only presents a singular target. So if you have 3 target switching scenarios, 2 of them would be normal and 1 would be only 1 target. That's it guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and hope it helps. Don't forget to sign up for my aim coaching and join the Discord for free resources like my 30-page FAQ. Done.